What happens when the player-jealous WNBA veterans try to tear down becomes bigger than the league itself. Caitlin Clark just landed the most prestigious broadcasting opportunity in women's basketball history, joining NBA on NBC's Basketball Night in America, alongside basketball royalty like Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Reggie Miller. Let that sink in. While some WNBA veterans spent 2 seasons trying to minimize her impact, Clark just leapfrogged the entire conversation and entered the NBA's biggest national broadcast. This isn't just a new job, it's a statement. NBC Sports officially announced that Caitlin Clark...
We're going to talk about Caitlin Clark because she's got a new job. Caitlin Clark has landed herself a new, very high-profile position. Caitlin Clark lands new role in basketball during Indiana Fever off-season.
And Clark will serve as a special contributor on Basketball Night in America, becoming the first active WNBA player ever to join the show. Her debut airs February 1st, live from Madison Square Garden, before Lakers versus Knicks, one of the biggest stages in basketball. Millions will be watching. NBC didn't pick Clark by accident. They picked her because wherever she goes, audiences follow. She brings eyeballs.
It was announced on Tuesday that Caitlin Clark will join NBC Sports to serve as a special contributor for its new Basketball Night in America program. Caitlin Clark will make her debut as a TV analyst on February 1st, preceding the Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC.
The timing, relevance, and energy that networks desperately want. And NBC understands something the WNBA's old guard refuses to accept. Caitlin Clark is a needle mover. Her role includes multiple primetime Sunday appearances, including a return on March 29th for Knicks vs. Thunder. These are time slots that dwarf typical WNBA viewership. Clark is now speaking directly to mainstream basketball fans, the very same fans WNBA veterans spent years insulting and gatekeeping. And here's the irony. While Clark is building her brand with professionalism and excellence, veteran players are locked in one of the messiest CBA negotiations in modern sports history, demanding fantasy-level salaries while publicly attacking the fans who generated the league's recent growth. Clark didn't fight the league. She outgrew it. Her broadcasting compensation alone likely exceeds many full WNBA team payrolls. NBA coverage.
Wow. So this would be akin to, they have Sunday Night Football, and it starts with a pregame show called Football Night in America. I didn't know they were creating Basketball Night in America, but here we are. It will be Caitlin Clark's first time in an analyst-type role on TV.
And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Caitlin Clark didn't just change women's basketball. She exposed it. She exposed the gap between players who actually want the game to grow and those who only want the rewards of growth without accepting what comes with it. She exposed how fragile the league's internal culture really was once real attention arrived. And most importantly, she exposed a truth that had been buried for years. Women's basketball didn't suddenly get disrespected when Caitlin Clark showed up. It got challenged. For decades, the WNBA operated in relative obscurity. Coverage was limited, criticism was muted, and expectations were low. That environment allowed certain narratives to go unchallenged. Players could claim the league was being held back by external forces. Media.
Caitlin Clark joins Michael Jordan as a splashy acquisition for NBC and NBA coverage. Despite his limited role, simply having Jordan as part of the coverage created buzz. NBC is surely hoping Caitlin Clark's involvement will do the same. Of course, Caitlin Clark is expected to offer unique insights in assuming the analyst role for the first time, and her basketball IQ cannot be questioned. So the transition will be a seamless one for the Indiana Fever's star point guard.
Fans, society, without ever having to confront internal shortcomings. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, and suddenly everything changed. Ratings surged. Arenas sold out. Merchandise flew off shelves. Media attention exploded. And for the first time, the league was being watched by people who didn't feel obligated to praise it just for existing. That's when the tension started. Because attention doesn't just bring applause, it brings scrutiny. Clark didn't ask for special treatment. She didn't campaign for relevance. She didn't demand respect. She earned it the old-fashioned way, with undeniable